Peanut was a squirrel. He was not just any squirrel, but a particularly curious and adventurous one. His fur was a soft, warm brown, and his eyes sparkled with mischief and wonder. Every day was a new adventure for Peanut. He was a very busy squirrel. From dawn till dusk, Peanut was always on the move. He would gather nuts, run around the park, and explore every nook and cranny. His tiny paws were always in motion, and his bushy tail flicked with excitement as he darted from one place to another. He lived in a big, beautiful park. The park was a lush, green haven filled with towering oak trees and vibrant, colorful flowers. It was a place where nature thrived, and every corner was teeming with life. The air was always fresh, and the gentle rustling of leaves created a soothing symphony. The park was always bustling with activity. Squirrels scampered up trees, their tiny claws gripping the bark as they raced to the top. Birds sang sweet songs, filling the air with their melodious tunes. The park was a lively place, where every creature had a role to play in the grand tapestry of life. Children laughed as they played. Their joyous giggles echoed through the park as they ran around, playing games and having fun. Peanut loved his home. He would often sit on a branch, watching the children with a smile on his face, feeling grateful for the beautiful place he called home. He loved his friends even more. Peanut had a close-knit group of friends who made his days even more special. They would spend hours together, sharing stories, playing games, and helping each other out. Their bond was unbreakable, and they always had each other's backs. There was Sammy the sneaky squirrel. Sammy was always up to something, with a cunning look in his eyes and a mischievous grin on his face. He loved playing pranks and finding clever ways to get what he wanted, but despite his sneaky nature, he had a heart of gold and was always there for his friends. There was Hazel the brave squirrel. Hazel was fearless and always ready to face any challenge that came her way. She was the first to jump into action when there was trouble, and her bravery inspired everyone around her. Hazel's courage knew no bounds, and she was a true hero in the eyes of her friends. And there was Wally, the silly squirrel. Wally was the clown of the group, always doing funny antics and making everyone laugh. His playful nature and goofy personality brought joy to everyone he met. Wally had a knack for turning even the most mundane moments into something fun and memorable. They were the best of friends. Together, Peanut, Sammy, Hazel, and Wally made an incredible team. They supported each other through thick and thin, and their friendship was a source of strength and happiness. Every day was an adventure, and they cherished every moment they spent together in their beloved park. One sunny day, something exciting happened. A big announcement echoed through the park. The annual Nutty Olympics were back. Every year, all the animals in the park competed. There were races, there were obstacle courses, there were even nut-gathering contests. But the best part was the prize. The grand prize was a giant acorn trophy. It was made of pure gold. It shimmered in the sunlight. Everyone wanted to win it. Peanut and his friends had a plan. They wanted to win that trophy. They wanted to prove they were the best team in the park.
We need a plan. A plan to win the trophy.
Let's use our strengths.
Hazel was always brave and quick on her feet. Sammy, the sneaky one, had a mischievous glint in his eye. He whispered his idea. It was a heist. Section 5. Nutty Training. The friends trained hard for the Nutty Olympics. They practiced running. They practiced jumping. They practiced their nut-gathering skills.
Wally, the silliest of the bunch, kept tripping over his own tail. But they never gave up. They were determined to win.
Section 6. Disguise time. This is the moment everyone had been waiting for. The grand event that had the entire park buzzing with anticipation and excitement. The day of the Olympics arrived. The park was transformed into a vibrant arena, filled with colorful decorations, flags fluttering in the breeze, and a palpable sense of excitement in the air. The park was buzzing with excitement. Animals from all corners of the forest had gathered, chattering and cheering, eager to witness the grand spectacle. The air was filled with the sounds of laughter, music, and the rustling of leaves as everyone prepared for the big day. Peanut and his friends put on their disguises. They had spent weeks planning and crafting their outfits, each one more creative and elaborate than the last. They wanted to make sure they stood out and added an element of surprise to the event. They wanted to be a surprise. Sneaking around, they giggled and whispered, making sure no one saw them before the big reveal. Their disguises were not just for fun, they were a crucial part of their strategy to win the games.
Sammy wore a black mask. The mask was sleek and mysterious, giving him an air of intrigue. He felt like a secret agent, ready to take on any challenge that came his way.
Hazel had a lightning bolt painted on her cheek. The bold, bright design made her look fierce and fast, like she could outrun any competitor. She felt a surge of confidence as she looked at her reflection. Wally wore a giant acorn hat. The hat was comically large, wobbling slightly as he moved. It made everyone laugh, but Wally knew it would also make him memorable. He was ready to use humour to his advantage. Peanut had a fake mustache. They were ready. The mustache was the finishing touch, adding a dash of sophistication and mystery. Peanut twirled the ends of his mustache, feeling like a master of disguise. Together, they were a team like no other, ready to take on the Olympics with style and creativity.
Section 7. The big day arrives. The first event was the obstacle course. Hazel, with her speed, took the lead. She dodged swings. She zipped under benches. She even outsmarted a grumpy cat.
Next was the nut gathering contest. Sammy was a master of stealth. He snuck around, gathering nuts without anyone noticing. He was a sneaky ninja.
The final event was the big race. Peanut was their best runner. He took a deep breath and waited for the starting whistle.
I can do this. Just breathe and focus.
He ran like the wind. He dodged and weaved through the other racers, but just before the finish line, he tripped. Peanut tumbled and rolled. He saw the finish line, but he couldn't get up. His friends saw him fall. They stopped running.
Oh no, Peanut. Hang on, buddy.
We need to help him now.
They rushed to his side. They helped him up. They forgot all about the race. They only cared about their friend. Peanut was okay. He was just a little bruised. He looked at his friends. They weren't upset about losing. They were just happy he was safe.
Phew, you had us worried there, Peanut.
We're just glad you're all right.
At that moment, Peanut realized something important. Winning wasn't everything. Friendship was the real prize. Peanut and his friends didn't win the Nutty Olympics, but they didn't care. They had each other. The Nutty Olympics was a big event in their lives, something they had trained for months. They had dreamt of winning, of holding that shiny trophy high above their heads. But as the final race ended and the winners were announced, Peanut and his friends found themselves without a medal. Yet as they looked around, they realized something far more valuable. They had each other, and that was worth more than any trophy. And that was all that mattered. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the park, they sat together, reflecting on the day's events. The laughter, the teamwork, the moments of sheer joy, and the occasional stumble. They realized that the true essence of the Nutty Olympics wasn't about winning or losing. It was about the journey, the memories they created, and the bond that grew stronger with each passing moment.
We might not have the trophy, but we've got each other, Peanut exclaimed, his voice filled with genuine happiness. The others nodded in agreement, their faces lighting up with smiles. They remembered the times they had helped each other, cheered each other on, and celebrated every small victory. Those moments were priceless, and no trophy could ever replace the joy they felt in their hearts.
And that's the best prize of all. Another friend chimed in, her eyes twinkling with contentment. They all knew that the bond they shared was unbreakable. It was a bond forged through shared experiences, through ups and downs, through laughter and tears. It was a bond that would stand the test of time, a bond that would remain strong no matter what challenges came their way.
They knew they would be friends forever. As they hugged each other tightly, they felt a sense of warmth and security. They knew that no matter where life took them, they would always have each other to lean on. Their friendship was a treasure, a source of strength and comfort. It was a promise they made to each other, a promise to always be there, to support and uplift one another. They would always be there for each other. Through thick and thin, through every challenge and triumph, they would stand by each other's side. They would be each other's rock, a constant source of encouragement and love. They knew that together, they could overcome anything. Their friendship was a beacon of hope, a reminder that they were never alone. And they would continue to have many more adventures in their big, beautiful park. The park was their playground, a place where they could be themselves, where they could laugh and play without a care in the world. It was a place filled with endless possibilities, a place where their imaginations could run wild. They looked forward to the many adventures that awaited them, to the countless memories they would create together. Their friendship was a journey, one that they would cherish forever.